You out your name.
I don't give a what you said.
Okay, but that's poor character. You should be able to have a conversation without calling me a name.
And you should be able to not somebody's husband while they're with them.
I had him first.
And you should be. Let's not talk about character, baby girl.
Rumors are swirling, fans are panicking, and social media is in complete shock. According to multiple unverified reports circulating online, a major family feud has exploded behind the scenes of Love and Hip Hop Miami, and this time, it's not just TV drama, it's real emotions spilling over into...
That was my revenge.
First of all, I never called you.
I had sex with him and I sent him home to you.
To know that I sat down in front of you and you made it look like I was a bad guy for my husband. I wasn't even talking to you and you was talking
to the spotlight. Some sources claim that Joy has finally confronted her own sister Samantha over secret late night meetings and suspicious closeness with none other than Trick. Yes, the same Trick Daddy, Joy's longtime partner and the man who has already stirred plenty of controversy on the show. Now, before we dive in, remember, we are only discussing what is being reported. Nothing here has been confirmed by the cast themselves. But the claims, they are wild, they are messy, and they are shaking the fan base to the core. Word is, Joy didn't just call out Samantha, she snapped. Insiders say voices were raised, accusations flew like fire, and the family bond they once shared might be destroyed forever. Fans are asking, how did sisters end up on opposite sides of this shocking love triangle? And what secrets are still hidden in the dark?
That's right.
It's crazy.
But that's crazy on your part because I reached out to you several times.
What you reaching out to me, bitch?
Because you're supposed to be my sister.
Baby, hold on.
Period.
In the dark. Stay tuned because this story is just getting started. The night had fallen heavy over Miami and whispers were already flying like sparks in a storm. Joy had come back from a long day on set, expecting calm, expecting her world to be the same as ever. But nothing was the same anymore. Not after the message that popped up on her phone earlier that day. A message that said her own sister Samantha had been spending secret nights with Trick, her husband, the man she had stood beside for years.
Church and preach the word of God and somebody's husband.
I'm here.
Bitch, I'm done. You hoe.
For years, through fame, arguments, and late-night chaos. The message came from an unknown number, but the details were too personal, too specific to ignore. Joy stared at her reflection, trying to convince herself some fan had made up a crazy rumor just to stir up drama. But deep down, her heart felt unstable. Like something had been cracking for a long time, and now was finally breaking open. She remembered how Samantha had been acting strange lately. More glammed up, always around, always smiling a little too wide whenever Trick entered a room. Joy had brushed it off, thinking maybe her sister was trying to enjoy life more, trying to forget her own past heartbreaks. Never once did Joy imagine that her own blood could be sneaking around behind her back. That kind of betrayal didn't happen in families. At least Joy believed so. Because if you can't trust your own sister, how do you trust anyone at all? Fans online had noticed something too. Comments, posts, little gossip threads that Joy had ignored before. People saying Samantha was flirting, touching Trick's arm on camera, laughing too loud at his jokes. Joy had laughed those moments off herself once. She had even teased Samantha, calling her extra. But now every memory replayed bitterly. Like the truth had been hiding in plain sight. Joy tried to calm herself, telling her heart to slow down. She needed to breathe. She couldn't accuse anyone without knowing what was real. Yet the doubt kept crawling into her mind like a shadow that refused to leave. What if Trick and Samantha had crossed a line? What if he had lied right to her face every night? Trick was no angel, and their relationship had already seen enough storms to drown a whole city. But cheating with her sister, that would be unforgivable on a level Joy never thought she would experience. She grabbed her bag and drove to Trick's place. Every passing streetlight made her anger sharper. She walked into the house and found Samantha there first, sitting comfortably on the couch like she owned the space. Joy's jaw tightened. Samantha looked up and smiled as if nothing in the world was wrong. Hey sis, you look tense. What's going on? Samantha asked, flipping her hair back casually. But Joy wasn't buying any innocent act tonight. Don't act clueless, Joy replied, her voice low and shaking. I got a message. A message saying you've been having hidden nights with Trick. Samantha froze, the smile falling away instantly. Her eyelashes blinked too fast. Her fingers twisted together. What message? Who said that? Why would you believe some random rumor? Because I know what I've seen, Joy snapped. And now it's making sense. The way you've been around him, the late nights, the excuses. Are you really that bold to betray me under my own roof? Samantha stood quickly, her voice rising. Joy, I would never. You're my sister. I love you. People lie. They make drama because of who Trick is. Don't let them drag us into it. Joy wanted to believe her. She wanted to hold on to the idea that family came first. But her trust had been smashed against a wall too many times before. Before Samantha could say more, they heard footsteps. Trick walked into the room looking caught between confusion and annoyance. He stared at both sisters, clearly sensing tension. Why y'all yelling? What's happening now? Joy's eyes burned holes straight into his soul. Tell me the truth. Has Samantha been coming here late? Without me knowing? Trick frowned. Why are you asking me that? You know, she stops by sometimes. She checks on you. Ain't nothing more than that. But his voice lacked confidence. The hesitation was obvious. Joy could feel it twisting inside her like proof. Samantha jumped in quickly, speaking too fast. See? It's nothing. You're overthinking. Joy stepped closer to Trick, staring deep into him. Look me in the eyes and say you've never touched her. Not once. Say it straight. Silence swallowed the room. Whole Trick licked his lips, his eyes shifting slightly to the side. And that tiny movement felt like thunder in Joy's chest. She staggered back, betrayal hitting her harder than any punch. So, it's true, she whispered, voice breaking. You couldn't keep your hands off my sister. Samantha gasped, shaking her head wildly. No, Joy, it's not like that. I swear, nothing happened like you're thinking. What? Joy's heart felt like it was tearing, but anger kept it alive. Then why can't he answer me properly? Why does he look guilty if there's nothing to hide? Trick rubbed his face as though trying to erase the moment. Things got messy. One night, it wasn't supposed to happen. We were talking. You were upset with me and gone for days. We were both drunk. It wasn't planned. Joy felt her breath vanish. It was worse than any nightmare. Hearing it come from his lips made everything real. The room felt too small, too dark, like the walls were closing in on her. You both disgust me, she said, each word dripping with pain. You're supposed to be family. You're supposed to love me. Samantha's eyes filled with tears. Joy, please listen. I didn't want it. I was hurting too. It was a mistake. A stupid, horrible mistake. Hurting doesn't give you the right to stab me in the back, Joy spit out. I trusted you. Both of you. Trick tried to step closer, reaching his hand out. Joy, come on, we can fix this. Joy stepped away, like his touch was fire. Fix what? You crossed a boundary I can never forgive. Samantha wiped her tears, her hands shaking. Just don't let this destroy us, please. We can move forward. Joy looked between them, her heart shattering piece by piece. You already destroyed me. There's no going back from this. But even as Joy said those words, she felt something else building behind her rage. A question, a fear. If there was one secret night, could there be more? Had this betrayal been going on far longer than they were admitting? Fans already suspected them. Strangers had seen what she missed. What else had she been blind to? Her voice came out like a trembling blade. I need the truth. The whole truth. How many nights? How long have you two been sneaking around? Because I don't believe it was just one mistake. The silence that followed was enough to break any remaining hope she had left. Silence dragged out, stretching longer than Joy could bear. Every passing second felt like confirmation. Samantha avoided eye contact, and Trick's breathing grew heavier, his shoulders rising and falling as if he were carrying a weight he could no longer hide. Joy's voice shook harder. "Answer me. How long has this been going on?" Trick finally spoke, but his words came slowly, almost suffocating under guilt. "It wasn't like we were having some long thing. It just happened a couple times. We were both messed up. We didn't mean for anything bad to happen. Couple times?" The phrase stabbed deeper than Joy expected. Not once. Not a single awful accident. Multiple nights stolen. She turned and walked toward the door, ignoring Samantha calling after her. She needed air, space, anything that wasn't filled with betrayal. She got into her car and drove without thinking, tears blurring every turn. Her phone kept buzzing with messages from Trick. Repeated apologies, begs to come back and talk. She muted the notifications. She didn't want to read another lie. Her mind replayed every moment she had doubted herself before. Every time Trick came home late. Every time Samantha randomly showed up with a smile too wide. Joy felt like she had been played for a fool in her own life story. And the cruelest part was that the people she trusted most were the ones holding the knife. When she finally stopped the car, she didn't even know where she was. A quiet parking lot near the beach. She leaned her head against the wheel, trying not to break completely. She had held herself together for years, working through relationship chaos and family drama in the public eye. But this was too personal, too deep. This wasn't just reality TV conflict. This was her real heart being torn apart. Fans online kept messaging too. Comments popping under her latest post saying things like, "Wake up, Joy. They sneaky, and we saw the chemistry before you did." She wanted to throw her phone into the ocean. Strangers had seen the truth while she was defending a lie. She opened her camera, staring at herself on the screen. Her makeup smudged, her eyes red, her spirit bruised. She started recording not for the show, not for drama, but because her voice needed to be heard before it shattered. "I always thought family was supposed to protect you," she said, voice trembling but determined. "I always believed in loyalty, honesty, real love. But sometimes the people you would fight for are the same ones fighting against you behind your back. And I found out today that the ones closest to me have been hiding something huge. Something that breaks everything I thought was real." She paused, tears falling freely now. "I don't know what's next. I don't know who I can trust anymore. But I know one thing. I'm not staying silent. Not anymore." She posted the video. Within minutes, it was everywhere. Fans shocked. Blogs grabbing screenshots. Media pages putting dramatic captions like "Joy exposes family betrayal" and "Love triangle explosion in Miami." The internet erupted with chaos. At Trick's house, Samantha saw the video first. Fear rushed through her veins. She posted this. "Oh my God!" Trick, she posted it. Trick grabbed his phone, eyes widening as comments poured in faster than he could scroll. Everyone had opinions. People choosing sides. Some dragging Samantha for breaking sister code. Others calling Trick trash for repeating this same pattern of cheating and disrespect. Even a few questioned Joy, saying she should have seen the red flags sooner. Trick threw his phone down in frustration. Why she gotta blast us online? She's turning this into a circus. Samantha felt sick. We made the mess. Not her. She has every right to be angry. We hurt her. She trusted us with everything. Trick paced the room, rubbing his forehead. If this gets out of hand, my whole image is gonna go down. The show's gonna make it 10 times worse. Samantha stared at him, disbelief mixing with disappointment. You're worried about your image? After what we did? That's what you care about. Trick looked at her sharply. Don't act innocent. You were right there with me. Her shoulders hunched, shame heavy. And I regret it more than anything in my life. Their argument paused when Trick's phone rang. It was his manager. He let it ring. Then it rang again. And again. He knew the storm outside this house was just beginning. Meanwhile, Joy sat by the water, feeling the cold breeze soak into her skin. But at least here she could breathe. She watched the waves crashing. feeling like they understood her better than anyone. A nearby couple recognized her, whispering to each other. Joy heard the word cheating. She turned away, not wanting to hear more. She didn't need pity or judgment. She needed clarity. She needed strength. She decided she wouldn't be the one hiding. Samantha and Trick made the mistake. They should be the ones drowning in guilt, not her. Joy returned home later that night. The house was quiet, too quiet. Samantha wasn't in sight. Maybe she left. Joy didn't care where she went. Trick sat on the edge of the couch, his face defeated. He stood when Joy entered. "Please," he said softly, "just hear me out. Don't let this break up our whole history." Joy stared straight into his eyes. "Our history already ended when you chose her." Trick clenched his jaw. "I made a mistake, but we've survived worse." "No," Joy replied, voice steady. "We survived those things because we still respected each other. You destroyed that tonight. You destroyed everything." He dropped his head. Joy walked past him, moving toward the bedroom she no longer felt safe in. Trick followed, desperate. "I'll do anything. I'll fix it. Just tell me how." Joy turned slowly, her face unreadable now, a calm after a brutal storm. "The only thing you can do," she said quietly, "is finally tell the entire truth. Because I'm not stupid, and I know there's still more you're hiding." His expression changed for a split second. Fear, panic, guilt, one of those truths he hoped would never surface was now cracking open beneath him. Joy stepped forward, her voice cutting sharper than glass. "I want every detail, every night, every lie, and I want it now." Trick swallowed hard, realizing the worst part was yet to come, and there was no way to escape it. Trick stood frozen, feeling the weight of every consequence he had tried to avoid. Joy's stare didn't waver. She was done being patient, done letting lies breathe in her home. She folded her arms, waiting for the confession he didn't want to give. He cleared his throat, voice lowering. "After that first night, Samantha came by again. We said we'd forget everything, pretend like it never happened. But pretending got hard." Joy felt the anger return like fire beneath her skin. "Hard because you wanted her. Because you liked sneaking around." "No," he insisted quickly, but the word felt empty. "It wasn't like that. We were confused. We felt guilty every second. But sometimes when you were out or we were all together and you walked away, something about the moment just got twisted. We weren't thinking right. You were thinking enough to hide it from me," Joy replied, voice flat and cold. "You were thinking enough to lock the doors, to delete messages, to lie to my face with a straight smile." Samantha quietly appeared in the doorway behind them, her eyes swollen and red. She must have heard everything. Joy glanced at her once and felt another stab of betrayal. She turned back to Trick. "Tell me the rest," Joy demanded. "How many nights?" Trick hesitated, then forced the truth out. "3. Maybe for..." Joy's jaw tightened. "You don't even know the number. Wow." Samantha stepped forward slowly. "Joy, I'm sorry. I know I don't deserve your forgiveness. I know I hurt you in the worst way anyone could. But I want to tell you everything. You deserve the full truth." Joy looked at her, eyes cold as stone. "Then speak." Samantha took a shaking breath. It wasn't a secret relationship. It wasn't love. It was emptiness. It was two miserable people grabbing onto the wrong thing. "Every time it ended, I would cry because I knew you trusted me. You adored me as your sister. Breaking that trust broke me too." Joy narrowed her eyes. "Yet you still did it again and again?" "Tears don't erase choices." Samantha's voice cracked. "I know." Trick placed his hands on his knees, trying to steady himself. "Joy, I swear we tried to stop it. We didn't want to keep hurting you. We thought we were stronger, but we weren't." Joy turned her back on them both for a moment, staring into the distance. The silence was loud, filled with the sound of broken promises echoing through the room. After a long pause, Joy finally spoke. "Do you remember when I told you I was scared someone would come in between us?" she said softly, almost to herself. You held my hand and promised nothing, and no one would ever do that. What a joke. Trick opened his mouth, but she held her hand up, stopping him. I'm not going to listen to any more excuses, she said. If I stay here one more minute, I'll say something I can't take back. She grabbed a small suitcase from under the bed and began throwing clothes inside. Trick panicked. Where are you going? Joy, don't leave like this. How else should I leave? She shot back. With a hug and a kiss. You cheated with my own sister. I'm leaving because staying next to you feels like drowning. Trick tried to touch her wrist, but she snatched it away. Don't. I don't want your hands anywhere near me. Samantha stepped closer too. Please don't go. We can go to therapy. We can fix us. You're my sister. I can't lose you. Joy laughed once. A bitter, humorless sound. You lost me the night you chose him over our blood. You showed me exactly where I stand in your heart. Samantha collapsed onto the chair, sobbing quietly. Trick stared helplessly, as if reality was just now settling into his bones. Joy zipped the suitcase shut, but she didn't move for a second. She stared at both of them, as if memorizing the moment she stopped being the fool. I hope you both look at each other every day and remember what your choices cost, she said, voice raw. Because you didn't just tear apart a marriage. You ripped apart a family. As hours passed, her phone lit up nonstop. Thousands of notifications. The video had gone viral already. Bloggers were dissecting every word she said. Screenshots of Trick and Samantha together from old clips were being reposted as evidence. Fans were outraged. Memes, reactions. Gossip pages exploding with comments like, I knew Samantha was shady from day one. Trick never learns, Joy deserves better. Period. Family betrayal hits worst. It wasn't just a scandal anymore. It was a public war. Producers from the show also called hungry for the drama. They wanted cameras rolling first thing tomorrow. They wanted confessionals, tears, confrontation. They wanted to turn her heartbreak into television gold. Joy ignored them all for now. She curled up on the couch, staring at the ceiling. Her heart felt heavy but strangely powerful too. She finally saw the truth, and she wasn't going to hide in darkness anymore. The next morning, she woke up to a fresh storm. Samantha had posted her own video, crying, begging forgiveness, saying she never wanted to hurt Joy. Comments split fast. Some fans called it fake tears. Some defended her, blaming Trick for manipulating both sisters. Then Trick went live, telling the world he messed up but still loved Joy. That social media shouldn't tear apart what could still be saved. Joy watched both clips without blinking. Her emotions locked away behind a wall she built overnight. This wasn't just about love anymore. It was about dignity, respect, truth. She took a deep breath and said to herself, if they want a war, I'll show them what a real fight looks like. Sue stood, ready to return home and face them again. Not as the broken one, but as the woman who knew her worth. The woman who deserved loyalty and wouldn't settle for anything less, because Joy wasn't done yet. She was just getting started. Joy returned home later that afternoon, her mind a whirlwind of anger, pain, and determination. The neighborhood looked normal, the sun casting a golden glow over palm trees swaying lazily in the breeze. But inside, her world had been flipped upside down. Every step toward the door felt like walking into a battlefield she had once called her sanctuary. She opened the door slowly, the familiar creak sounding unusually sharp, like a warning. Silence greeted her, almost too quiet. Her heart pounded in her chest. Trick was in the kitchen, leaning against the counter, eyes averted. Samantha sat on the couch, staring at her hands, trembling. They both looked like guilty children caught in a storm. Joy didn't speak at first. She just stood there, suitcase still in hand, letting the weight of the moment settle on them. The air was thick with tension, each second dragging endlessly. Finally, she broke the silence. So, are we going to pretend this never happened? Or are we finally going to speak like adults? Samantha looked up, her face pale. Joy, please. We can talk. We can fix this. I don't want to lose you. Joy laughed bitterly. Fix this? fix this. You stole nights from my life, nights that belonged to me. Do you know what that feels like? Do you know how it feels to watch someone you love betray you while smiling in your face? Trick stepped closer, trying to explain. Joy, it wasn't like that. We were confused. We made a mistake. One mistake. One mistake. Joy's voice rose, sharp as glass. 3, maybe 4. That's what you told me. You're counting like it's math, like it's something small. It's not small. It's my life, my trust, my heart. Samantha sobbed quietly. I never wanted it to happen. I hated myself after. Joy, please believe me, believe you. Joy's hands trembled. Believe that you, my own sister, would risk destroying our family for fleeting desire. Do you know what it's like to realize the people you trust most are the ones stabbing you in the back? Trick tried again, softer this time. Joy, listen, we didn't plan it. It just happened. I swear to you, we tried to stop. We both regret it. Joy shook her head, tears streaming down her face. Regret doesn't erase the nights, the lies, the secret smiles, the whispered excuses. Regret doesn't bring back the trust I lost in both of you. The room fell silent again. Only the sound of the ceiling fan whirring above filled the tense space. Joy felt the walls closing in, the betrayal pressing down like a weight she couldn't escape. She wanted to scream, to cry, to run, but she forced herself to stay. She needed them to see the consequences of their actions, to understand the destruction they had caused. Finally, Joy spoke again, quieter but more deadly. I'm done being polite. I'm done pretending this can be fixed with tears and apologies. I need the truth, everything. Every night, every lie, every excuse you've both been hiding. Samantha shivered, words failing her. Trick's shoulders sagged. The air felt heavy, suffocating, almost alive with the ghosts of nights they wished they could erase. Joy continued. And once you've told me everything, I don't want to see either of your faces for a long time. Maybe forever. I need to think. I need to breathe. I need to remember who I am without being surrounded by betrayal. Trick tried to protest, but Joy's eyes cut him down. Don't. Just don't. I'm tired of empty promises. I'm tired of lies. This is the last time I'm asking for honesty before I decide if either of you are worth keeping in my life. They spoke, confessed, argued, cried, and begged. Joy listened, her heart aching with each word, each revelation. She felt like a phoenix burning in the fire of their betrayal. But slowly realizing that from this fire, she could rise stronger. She wasn't going to let anyone, not even her sister, dim her light again. After the confessions, Trick left the house to clear his mind, leaving Joy and Samantha alone. The room felt colder now, emptier. Samantha sat silently, tears falling freely. Joy stared at her, a storm contained in her eyes. You lost me, Joy said finally. I don't know if I can ever forgive you. I don't know if I want to. Right now, all I know is that what we had is gone. Our laughter, our secrets, our family bond. All of it shattered. Samantha's voice cracked. I understand. I only wish I could take it back. Joy shook her head. You can't. You should have thought about that before tonight, before the lies, before every choice that led here. The night fell thick and heavy. Joy stayed awake, staring out the window, watching the city lights flicker, thinking about the years of love, trust, and betrayal. She thought about the future, about whether she could ever rebuild the relationship with Samantha, or if the betrayal was permanent. The pain was sharp, but she felt alive. She had faced the truth. She had faced her demons, and that made her stronger, if only slightly. Social media continued its frenzy. Clips of the confrontation leaked, edited, and shared thousands of times. Fans were divided. Some called Joy a hero for standing up, for exposing the truth. Others criticized her for broadcasting family drama. Samantha and Trick were both trending, everyone weighing in on the betrayal. Hashtags filled the platform. Hashtag sisters drama, hashtag family betrayal, hashtag Joe YV Samantha, hashtag Trick and lies. The internet was a storm that refused to calm. Despite all of it, Joy remained silent online. She didn't post, didn't comment. She let the rumors rage while she processed her emotions in solitude. Every ping, every notification reminded her that the world was watching, judging, and speculating. Yet she refused to let it control her. She needed her own space to heal. By the next morning, Joy had made a decision. She wouldn't ignore the damage done, but she also wouldn't let it define her. She would take control, reclaim her life, and live for herself first. If Trick and Samantha wanted redemption, they would have to earn it. If they wanted forgiveness, it would come on her terms. She wouldn't be rushed. She wouldn't be manipulated. She would rise from this chaos stronger, wiser, and more guarded. Meanwhile, Trick tried to contact her again. Voicemail after voicemail, message after message. Joy listened to none of them. She had already decided that action, not words, would matter now. She would protect her heart, her peace, and her future before allowing any reconciliation. The world could speculate. The internet could gossip. But she knew her truth, and that was enough for now. The fallout continues, with social media exploding with reactions, debates, and speculation about what will happen next. Will there ever be reconciliation, or is this a permanent fracture in their lives and careers? Fans are divided, choosing sides, weighing loyalty against heartbreak. Every comment, post, and video clip fuels the ongoing drama. What's clear is that Joy has taken control of her story. She refused to be silent. She refused to accept excuses. And she has made it known that her peace, her dignity, and her self-respect come first. The world is watching, the questions remain unanswered, and the tension is far from over. This isn't just a family scandal. It's a saga of love, betrayal, and the consequences of choices made in secrecy. If you've been following this explosive saga, we want to hear from you. What do you think will happen next? Can Joy ever forgive her sister and Trick? Or is this the end of their story? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Share your theories. And don't forget to like this video if you want more updates on the drama. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss the latest twists in this shocking reality showdown. The drama is far from over, and you won't want to miss what unfolds next.